that you tell me that you had the moment of anxiety and then you return back to the normal state of the calmness. So that proves to you that calmness and peace are our essential nature. One, and we are not worthy of suffering. Two, so what happens when anxiety reaction and some kind of delusion continues? It is a spiral, suffering spiral. And that suffering spiral begins with the perception to projection to likes and dislikes to repetition of seeking likes and dislikes. Object situation becomes the poisonous object. Intellect is paralyzed. And when the intellect is paralyzed in those moments, that experience of anxiety and upset comes because of pleasure seeking from the world that changes our behavior, results into anxiety, delusion, suffering, etc., etc. So you see, it took me a lot of time to explain you this entire step by step. But when I'm aware, it takes a fraction of a second, anxiety, upset is there, the mind processes that information in an opposite direction. Anxiety, upset, oh, so there is a behavior and attitudinal change. It comes because I'm seeking the pleasure from the world outside in a situation event. Why this is? Because of the intellect is paralyzed. I'm reversing this. Why intellect is paralyzed? Because I'm not thinking rightly. But what happened to my thinking? My thinking is seeking something from the world, and I converted that thing into a poisonous object. And that poisonous object, no, I have to return to that poisonous object to only a thing. Oh, let me perceive the thing as it is. Ah, girl. Again, I remember. Cute and beautiful girl. Okay, let me have the perception of cute and beautiful girl in your case. So I have a perception. I don't have any sensuality attached to it. When the sensuality is there, I have a strong likes and dislikes. And then I return to a normal perception. So again you see that it took a lot of time to explain, but what the Eastern wisdom says, when I start consciously exploring this suffering spiral, it dissolves there and then in a minute. Not in a minute, in a fraction of a second. And the moment, then what is left? That is my nature. What is my nature? My nature is calmness and peace. That is what the Eastern wisdom is saying again and again.
So even like fear and anxiety is still coming from pleasure seeking?
Answer is yes. Whether it's a pleasure seeking or I have some expectations or I want to escape from the anxiety, I want to escape from the fear, I don't want the experience of the fear. So in escaping the fear, I fall into delusion.
Instead of just experiencing it.
Instead of just experiencing and transcending it. It is something like you just imagine you're walking through a beautiful garden. Beautiful garden, normal perception, I'm living into that. And suddenly, a small, harmless vine starts to wrap around your ankle. At first, it's barely noticeable. You ignore it, and it slowly almost tightens, pulling you down until you are entangled and can barely move. Convert this example in your case, you are more attracted to the cute and beautiful girl. You are walking into a mall, cute and beautiful girl. Perception is good, but now the projection has started, so that whine of likes and dislikes. Stop your feet, stop it. And it is spiraling around the ankles, then your legs, then your heart. Let me stop. And that suffering spiral begins. Where it happens? It happens in the mind. What we are discussing, that this suffering spiral, I have to recognize this suffering spiral in different steps. And when you recognize cognition, what is cognition? Oh, I know that this wine is entangled my feet. No, I'm not there. Just remove it. It is delusion. It is imaginary. It is imaginary that cute and beautiful girl made me stare at her. Really? This is the wrong sentence. Or my mind. It is my mind. But why? Because of strong likes and dislikes, the projection started. When I break this in my mind, it demands only a cognition. The core wisdom here is this. What is the core wisdom? Pay attention. That your mind is not a passive observer of the material world outside. Material world, people, relation, things. It is an active creator of your experience. What I said? It is an active creator of your experience. I went to the Best Buy. I consciously thought of going there to replace my smart watch, Galaxy watch. I compared it first intellectually. I went to the website, I compared what is the difference between the previous and this. So battery, couple of more health apps are there, and it will take about 60 hours of the battery hours. I said, okay, let me get it. Why I should get it? Then I said, what is the price? Then I looked into the price, and I said, okay, you can trade in. And instead of paying $500, you have to pay only $231. And then I looked into the Best Buy website, and they said if you get a trade-in deal in the Best Buy, you will get another $100 discount. Now everything is clear to me. I did not get carried away because I like it. I like it, but I did not get carried away. Instead of intellectual paralysis, I applied that intellect, knowledge part. So I have this guy who knows me very well. Oh, yes, we will do this, and you have come to the right place. So I was smiling because I already knew it. And he traded in, I'm getting that watch. So what I said, one thing is very important. Mind by default has likes and dislikes. By default. you like certain food, you don't like other food. It's by default. I should not carry forward. I should apply the intellect and see that whether it is putting me into delusion or not. If it is putting me into delusion, I should not go for it. Let me remove the delusion first. Don't get upset, again I'm going into my mind. I don't know why I'm talking of cute and beautiful girl again. So, you invite her for a lunch. Very logical. Liking is very under the framework of logic, means under the framework of the intellect. That is also good. But now your mind is cooking the story of imaginary tales. That is your delusion.
Yeah.
I invited her for a lunch, so she at least should send me the text message. Why? At least 5 or 6 messages I get on a phone, I should better read you. Read, that will make you things clear for you. Okay. So let me. Your number caught my attention. Who are you? You're making me fool. I did not respond. Why should I respond? Why? Why? Why should I respond? You see that? You get caught in, your number. Oh, maybe he may be my friend. Maybe, not maybe. If you have to approach me, you will call me. You will call me. Are you understanding? You look at it, aloha. Aloha. Just saw your name and now I am super curious. Anything big happening in your life? Who the hell I am to tell you that what is happening in my life? Then she sent me her picture. And I said, delete my number immediately. And I blocked her. Not interested. These are distractions. Is my handbag still in the office? Another number. Are you making me fool? Please help me see if it is on the sofa. So you're asking me to respond to you. I will not respond to you, my dear friend. Whether you are a boy or a girl, I am not interested in these text messages.
What is the point? I'm trying to think. Why are you saying like to not get emotional with certain thing, or what are you exactly saying?
Suffering spiral. Don't create a suffering spiral.
Do you have I have to ask you something. Do you have are you like a psychic or something? Because sometimes you say stuff that I've actually struggled with just recently, and I'm like, is this just a coincidence, or how does Girish know this shit? Because it's very strange. Sometimes you bring stuff up, and I'm like, how does this guy know? It's beautiful. I don't know what it is. You don't even have to answer it, but it's really cool.
When you live into that higher state of awareness, you need not to be psychic. You read the thoughts of others but you don't declare that you are psychic. You need not to. That is a silent journey of the Eastern wisdom.
Hmm.
So you know a lot of things, but you remain silent and you enjoy. You enjoy. Oh, I know this is going to happen, this is what he is going to say. You need not to prove that you are psychic. If you prove you are psychic, the ego comes in between. Then what happens? That what you know is right is distorted by your ego by claiming that you know it.
Yeah.
So let it happen, let it be a flow. Yes. So I'm the craziest guy, I'm not psychic. So your mind is not a passive observer of the reality. It is an active creator of your experience. So I am vigilant and diligent what experience it is creating. I already gave you 3 examples of the text messages. So it creates a beautiful experiences. Can you go with me? I did not read another text. Are you free? Can you go for a dinner tonight? Why? Who are you? If you call me, yes, I will go with you. But who are you? So they're asking me to agitate my mind. That agitation comes from the likes and dislikes. Oh, I like this message. She is inviting me for a dinner. Should I go? That started in America and then it spread over the entire world. I'm happy with myself. Why should I go dinner with you? So you see, that is active creator of my experience. If I am vigilant, if I don't allow the intellect to get paralyzed, I live in conscious awareness, in mindfulness, I'm happy. I don't want my mind should shift from a simple perception to be colored by the likes and dislikes and creating a projection. So when this knowledge is settled in the intellect, you live from moment to moment. When you live from moment to moment, the projection does not enter into your mind. And the projection, if it enters, it creates a mental looping. Oh, I should have invited, I should have asked her to go for the lunch. Today's lunch was not good. Mind, stop this nonsense. Why you are an active creator of your experience in the imagination, hallucinations, and which will lead you to delusion. Which will paralyze the intellect, results into anxiety, delusion, and chronic suffering. Why should I go for a suffering spiral? So when I ask, now I don't ask, I just look, I read the text message, I smile, and I leave it. Provided that guy or a girl, whatever it is, they don't constantly repeat the same message. If they repeat the messages 3 times, I said you have repeated the messages 3 times, I'm blocking you, thank you, finished.
Yeah.
I'll buy another phone and send you the text message to you. I want to see whether you have evolved or not. So it demands only an understanding. Meditation will become so powerful in your life, because that knowledge guides your mind during the practice, and it helps you to move into the higher awareness. You can say it is awareness, it is empowerment, it is freedom. So it's a freedom. The world outside will continue to remain same. People will say you crazy. People will send you the text messages as they send to the others. They don't recognize the power of your mind. They don't recognize the power of your meditation. But you know how to respond.
Yeah.
And you are free. You don't react. What is the meaning of don't react? You observe, you see, you watch without judgment. You see, what is the perception? I'm looking at the watch, it is very good, I must have it. Why should I have it mine? Hold on. Give me 5 reasons. Oh, today I am upset. Okay, mine, you are upset? Very good. Give me 5 reasons to be upset. You are invoking the intellect, means the knowledge, means you are questioning, means you are not accepting anxiety blindly. You are questioning. Where? In your mind. Anyone notices? No one notices. So when you question in line with the Eastern wisdom, so the moment you start questioning, you heard many times your intellect repeats somewhere deep at one corner of the mind, I'm not worthy of anxiety and the suffering. Oh no, let me analyze. Let me put 5 reasons why I'm upset. Every reason you give to your getting upset and anxiety belongs to this suffering spiral. What happens? Anxiety dissolves and you have a smile on the face. You repeat it once, twice, thrice, and then your mind is not going there. Observe without judgment. But in the beginning, to become the higher level of a seeker, we should not leave the practice. Practice includes listening and learning again and again. Contemplation and reflection means questioning and practice. One of the great masters I was watching on television today, his name is Swami Chinmayanand. He puts in a beautiful way, I loved it, so I'm just explaining you. He said, do you have a desire for the real self of the nature of permanent peace, happiness, love, truth, and wisdom? That real self, whatever the name you give the name of soul and the spirit and whatever the name you give, that's secondary. So the seeker says yes. Then do you question? Or do you just blindly accept, follow the teaching of anyone? If you blindly follow the teaching of anyone, you will continue suffering. You have to question it. And then you have to question in line with the principles of Eastern wisdom. But why? Why only Eastern wisdom? Because modern science does not know the self-discovery. Modern science knows how to extract the uranium from the stone. It knows the excavation. It knows how to extract the petroleum from the. It does not want. It does not know how to extract the real self. That is why we have to follow in line with the Eastern wisdom. And when you follow again with the intellect, not with a blind belief, Master says you will find what you are searching for. It is the summary of Eastern wisdom. But I made it simple. I said, whatever you listen, you are learning, and listening and learning is the first step. Contemplation and reflection means you are questioning. And when you question, what happens? The moment you start questioning, you start challenging your projection. Why I like it? I gave an example of the cute and beautiful girl. How many girls of that age are cute and beautiful out of 8 billion people on this earth? Maybe millions. So next question, why mind is hooked to this girl? So now I understand. That girl was a thing, I perceive it. Now perception colored by the projection, projection due to the likes and dislikes, I have a sense of attachment inside, and that attachment triggers my mind again and again. Let me talk, let me invite. Intellect is paralyzed. Anxiety, fear, suffering, reaction, duality, conflict, all are waiting to enter into my life. So when I challenge my projection, it means I am reclaiming the knowledge through the intellect by contemplation and reflection. Suffering often begins with a distorted perception. Distorted perception. Means projection. It's a projected perception. Oh, look at the sky, it's so beautiful. Yes, I appreciate, I acknowledge. Finished. No, I want this guy. I will remain here. That is my distorted perception. Attachment and projection amplify this distortion. I already explained you the attachment. Reclaiming your intellect is vital for breaking free. I'm into anxiety. 5 reasons for anxiety. I have a lot of fears. 5 reasons for fear. I invoke the intellect. And from there I fall in line with the principles of Eastern wisdom. You pick up only one principle in your life, you are done. It is so simple. Why it is taking 4 years and more? Why you are wasting your money?
I don't
Stop
think
it.
I'm wasting my money.
No, no, you said once, why you are wasting your. You don't see that you wasted money with these three girls, which cause you upset. At least, in any session, I don't cause any anxiety and upset to you. You don't feel that you have. No, I'm just joking.
But they weren't the cause of that. I was the cause of that, right? I'm my own. I caused all that. They didn't cause anything. No one thing can make me feel a certain way. I'm causing all that to myself.
You are saying it today. If you said it on the first instant, you should not have gone for the two more girls.
I agree with you. I'm an idiot.
You see, reclaiming your intellect is vital for breaking free. Awareness is your most powerful tool. You have the power to choose peace over intellectual paralysis. That is where the mala comes. You are practicing Om Shanti, Om Shanti. Oh, that beautiful girl, and you move the beat. Hold on, go back. Om Shanti. And you recognize that beautiful girl, imaginary, is gone. Om Shanti. It will happen for a couple of weeks. The thought, feeling, emotions comes from the past impressions. It will disturb you, but you are not disturbed. Oh, she did not send me the text message. Instead of Om Shanti, you are saying, she did not send me the text message. Mind will say it. So you go back. You said no. No. You have the power to choose peace over paralysis. No. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. So even the Shanti, I hold on this finger there. Om Shanti. So my awareness, my mental awareness is becoming subtle. Subtle awareness is a higher awareness. In the higher awareness is like a fire. In that fire, what I want to say, in that fire, projection burns. Your attachment is burnt alive.
Yeah.
Your fear is burnt alive. Problem is that I know everything and still.
I don't know everything.
Yes, with a smile, with a laugh, with anecdotes, I fire many people. Just before I had the session in the New Jersey, today I feel so calm and relaxed. I said only once a week when you attend my session, if you are feeling calm and relaxed, check your mind. You remain calm and peace for another 6 days before we meet next week. Do you promise me? She did not speak. I said that is what is happening for the last 4 years. She had nothing to say. In joke, I have also to maintain my livelihood so I don't hurt people. But yes, I hurt your delusion and ignorance. I challenge your mind. Why don't you live in calmness and peace when you experience that peace today? Tell me. If you don't question it, suffering spiral. So what I have to do? I have to understand this spiral. What is that suffering spiral? you learn that the suffering often begins not with the external events, you rightly said, but with how my mind processes initial perception converted into projection because of likes and dislikes causes the attachment.
Yeah.
So, how to know that I'm in anxiety? 5 questions, anxiety. If you answer my 5 questions, I will remain in anxiety. I am scared, I have a lot of fear. I will ask you 5 questions: fear, mind, and if you answer me correctly, I will remain in fear. Where is the problem? So, understanding that spiral origin is the beginning of a journey of self discovery. First point. Second point, you identify the mental looping and projection. I was so happy, full of joy. I was moving into the mall. I was looking all the stuff. I came to visited the mall to buy one shirt, and suddenly my mind is hooked to the likes and dislikes. Sensuality started, attachment started, and now I am lost. Mental looping and the projection took over my mind. Then I claim I'm very intelligent. I was so tough today to this New Jersey group. They are all baby boomers. The one said, yeah, one person said to me after when I asked everyone to share their experiences, as I do in a private lesson also. So she said, I had a jealousy against that woman. It continued for 3 days, and when I did the practice today, I felt that I am wrong. It should not be there. I said, the normal teacher will say you have done good thing. Very good. So continue. So I said this, and after that I said, no, I have to ask you a question. You're a baby boomer, 70-year-old. Can you tell me you have a sense of jealousy against that woman? Jealousy. How many times you repeated the same experience of jealousy since your birth until today? Maybe 10,000 times. Did you not learn from it? It doesn't give you anything. Ask 5 questions. Only in one question, your mind says what? Yes. It will not say no. Minimum 10,000 times in 70 years, I should have been jealous and reacted to the people, situation, events. And still I am not learning. And still I claim that I am intelligent. Next question. So just out of the joke, I said, this baby boomers, I'm also a baby boomer. Baby boomer is very hard to learn. Because I believe in my experience. How you can teach me? She did not say anything. Except the smile. So if I continue to accept that blind belief of jealousy and hatred against people's situation, which I have repeated 10,000 times minimum, in 70 years. It is called the mental looping and the projection. This mental looping and the projection is not going anywhere unless I follow the journey of the Eastern wisdom. If I don't question, third point, I don't recognize my intellect is paralyzed. And if I don't recognize my intellect is paralyzed, I'm not going anywhere. I will continue to suffer. You go to psychiatrist, you take 100 of pills, you go to psychologist, get your mind checked up, investigated, you go to psychotherapist, you go to psychic, you go anywhere. Those repeated impressions will trigger your experience in a different situation. You are single, you get married, the same situation of jealousy and hatred will trigger with your honey also in future, even if you are single, because you continue to keep those treasures in your mind.
Yeah.
Intellectual paralysis. What we are missing, we are not connecting to our inner self. We have created a false I which we treasure inside us, which contains projection, likes and dislikes, attachment and detachment, mental looping, intellectual paralysis. I told the same group, I said, you might be thinking that this guy is crazy. It's all philosophy. Let me speak and talk. At least I like him. And let me attend the session, at least every week. I feel relaxed and calm. I told the entire group today. I said, if your mind is thinking along this line, even the enlightened Buddha appears before me, before you guys. He cannot help you. He will say, I'm done with you. Sometimes, I have to be tough. If I'm not tough, I have to strike a balance. I don't own a monastery. That is why you'll be surprised and you will say, okay, from today I will not pay. So that is why our masters created a system. What is that system? That you get initiated into a monkhood. So you follow a particular tradition of monk. So now you wear the orange colored clothes. You have only 2 pairs of the clothes. You use it. You don't change your dress. You don't shave. So everything, you have a limited demand. And that limited needs of your food in the stay is met by the finances coming from the monastery. So those monks never ask you to pay the fees for their teaching. Why? They are free totally. They can be very tough on you. Whether you pay or not, it doesn't make any difference. But I have to strike a balance.
Are they studying Eastern wisdom?
Yeah. They don't demand even a single penny from you. But at the same time, those monasteries are supported by thousands of the people in the form of donations in the charities. But there are select monasteries who takes care of their monks who are promoting and propagating this knowledge of the Eastern wisdom worldwide. But there is an exception. I'm a householder. That is an English used in India, householder. Or you can say homemaker, living with the family and the kids. So you are not wearing the monk's clothes and etc. So we come under an exception. We have a right to ask the fees. And still people manipulate. Put $1,000 on the balance on one side and put the knowledge of the Eastern wisdom which helps you to liberate you from anxiety and fear forever. Which way the balance will tilt? $1,000? Nothing. And still people negotiate. So, nuance of perception. What the teacher is guiding us, the nuance of perception. The teacher taught that the pure perception is neutral. I see you, you see me, neutral. You're a young guy, I'm an old guy. Finished. Finished. I see the background, you see my background. Finished. So initial distortion comes, nuance of perception, but why it comes? I lack awareness. But why I lack awareness? My mind is already colored with lot of likes and dislikes. One guy or whatever, yeah, she commented on the LinkedIn, oh, you have a wonderful beard. I said, what to respond to this girl? But she played a card. First, she wrote that I am a digital marketing experience of 30 years and I can help you get lot of clients. By the way, you have an attractive beard. I said it is better not to respond to her. Nuance of perception.
Yeah.
First is the nuance, second is the mechanism of projection. What is that mechanism? That I perceive an object or a person, I add the spices of likes and dislikes, I add the attachment. Now perception has changed into a projection. Imagination in the mind has started, and that thing and object has become Vishaya, the poisonous object. Why poisonous object? Poisonous object, it attracts or it helps me to keep a distance. Oh, I will not talk to you from today. So I have a hatred and dislike. I will. Or in what way possible that I can talk to you, communicate to you? Can you give me your number? Can you give me your email? Yes, I'll talk to you. Do you remember I gave you the email?
Yeah.
You asked me phone number. I said I don't know. I don't need that. So that is the mechanism of projection, nuance of perception, mechanism of projection, and the cost of bypassing the intellect, the cost of intellectual paralysis. What is the cost? anxiety, duality, fear, jealousy, hatred, stress. I can name more. The cost of intellectual paralysis. Don't think in an intellectual, philosophical way, but think in a practical, pragmatic way. Where is the pragmatic way? Cost of intellectual paralysis. I know my intellect is paralyzed. No, you are in anxiety, you are upset, you have a fear. That is the cost of the intellectual paralysis. That is the cost. Not only that, the cost of intellectual paralysis is your false actions, your deluded thought, your deluded speech, your deluded action. You are wonderful, I appreciate you, are beautiful. Can I get your number? Wrong thought, speech, and action. Can I get your... Where comes you are beautiful and let me have your number? Where these two come together?
I don't know.
You know it. Do you see that? This is what the intellectual, when my intellect is paralyzed, you may think you are super intelligent. You know, in our society, we think we are super intelligent. How come? I extracted anyhow by cleverly. I took her phone number. I took her email number also. How? I asked her, oh, this is a beautiful phone you are possessing. Can I see it? So instead of seeing the phone, can I put my number? So you are super intelligent. And he or she did not call you for a week, even if you have added your number to that phone. So you are thinking that you are super intelligent. No, this is your intellectual paralysis. It has come because of your attachment, because of the mechanism of the perception. Are you getting it?
Yeah.
Now what happens? Fourth point. This is what the master is teaching. I'm just talking of the Eastern wisdom. Eastern wisdom, think of the great master, my master, who is teaching in this way. It is coming from my mouth, which is very humbling. The culmination in anxiety. Now I lost everything. What I lost the wisdom. I lost the calmness. What happened? Why I lost the calmness? What happened to me? I just went to the mall, I took the number, and then I sent a message. There is no message at all. Well, I'm upset, I should, no, let me. So anxiety, fear, duality, imagination, hallucination come from nowhere. It has no foundation. That is what our masters are teaching us. The teacher articulates in Gita how these patterns culminate in a chronic anxiety, in suffering, in reaction, in duality, in conflict. It impacts my behavior and attitude. I never say it, but Krishna, the master in Gita, Arjuna was a seeker, and Arjuna was constantly in the first chapter, consistently and constantly thinking that his anxiety, his duality, and a conflict is real. It is better to leave everything, go to the Himalayas, practice meditation, and live there. But the master guided otherwise. So, in an extreme chronic anxiety, duality, and a conflict, you don't listen to the wisdom. You listen to what you expect you to listen. Krishna says you are important. Master almost abused to make his mind little alert and attentive. Arjuna, he has been my friend for 50 years. He has helped me in all the cases. Now you see the Arjuna. His mind started working. He said, he said me important, he could not say without the reason. He dropped all his ego. He said, what is right, good, and proper for me? Krishna, teacher, you are my teacher from today. You have been my friend for 50 years, but now you are my teacher. I have seen you in many events, you guided people. I have never recognized you as my teacher. I'm humbled that I lived with you. What is right, good, and proper, you guide me. I will only follow what you guide me. Your commitment to the Eastern wisdom makes you a seeker. And from there, the journey of the Gita starts. Why? What is that journey? Journey to freedom. Freedom from what? Freedom from suffering spiral. Freedom from suffering spiral.
I have a question on the beads in the meditation.
Yeah.
Is one bead